Plaintiff Jasmine Jones met the defendant in middle school, and when they reconnected years later, they became friends with benefits. Jasmine claims after the defendant went to jail, she supported him, and once he was released, she became pregnant with his baby. However, the defendant denied paternity and started harassing her, so she's suing for the harassment, and she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Antonio Mosby says Jasmine has tried to pin 2 other pregnancies on him in the past, and he believes this is just another one of her games. Antonio insists he was not having sex with Jasmine when she got pregnant, and he's countersuing because he claims Jasmine has been harassing him, his fiancée, and his family members.
Start with you.
The defendant and I have known each other since middle school. He was my first crush, first kiss, all of that. In high school, we went to separate high schools, so we lost contact. In 2010, we got back in contact. After we got back in contact, we were in our own relationships, therefore we became friends with benefits. 2012, I had gotten pregnant. 2013, he went to jail. While he was in jail, he had asked me what was going on with my son's father, was he in the picture, etc. I told him that my son's father was not going to be in the picture, that he was doing his own thing, and he said, well, that's my boy, give him my name. He told me to give him the name Antonio Mosby.
Did you name your son after him?
I gave my son his name as a middle name.
Okay.
So my son's name is Jeremiah Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
What ended up happening was...
was this child questionable?
Not at all.
That's
there was
not
no
the
question.
truth, Your Honor.
He knew that my son was not his.
Okay.
That's not the truth.
And so I named my son Jeremiah Antonio after him. While he's in jail, he was in jail for approximately 3 years. 2.5 of the 3 years I was there for him, writing letters, sending packages. He got out of jail in May of 2015. When he got out of jail, I was under the impression that we were going to be together, as so he said in all of his letters that we were going to be a family. He addressed me as his fiancé many times. He told me to change my last name to his on Facebook. He also...
Did you?
I did. My name was...
That's a lie, Your Honor.
I have the evidence to prove that, sir.
You did it just on Facebook or legally?
Just on Facebook. Like I said, I have the evidence to prove. Okay.
Or you changed your name, or he asked you to and you did?
Right here in the underline, it says...
That's a lie. She asked me, Your Honor.
That's a letter that he wrote me from jail and said...
Is this the first person you've associated with that went to prison or jail?
No.
And you haven't learned that they'll say anything while they're in jail?
I learned now. It's definitely been a lesson learned now.
Because a lot of that goes on when a person is in jail and they're writing their girlfriend, their mama, their brother, their sister, I'm gonna stop. He just took the game a little far.
Right.
I ain't gonna never do it no more. It's just gonna be me and you. Oh, I can't wait till it's me and you. As a matter of fact, change your last name to mine.
Right.
You just took the game too far, man, but that's what they do. Why don't you give me some background, sir?
Your Honor, just like you said, we've been knowing each other forever. Number one is this is not the first time Jasmine has tried to have my baby. In 2010, she told me that she had some type of miscarriage. I had really no proof of evidence, not even a baby bump, to see if she had a miscarriage. This is in 2010 when she said...
You were not incarcerated.
And I was not incarcerated at the time.
Is this true?
This happened, yes.
The next time was in 2013. She showed up to me, 7 months pregnant. She's saying...
before or after you were incarcerated?
This is while I'm incarcerated. I went to jail in 2012. Now, she showed up to me 7 months pregnant. She said, hey, I'm pregnant. You may be the father.
Not true.
Or this other guy may be the father. I said, okay. Well, it's easier to get him tested. It's hard to get me tested while I'm incarcerated. She went and got the other guy tested. He turned out to be the father. She came and told me just like this, I want you to be the father. I said, you want me to be the father? I said, Jasmine, how can I be the father to your baby and I'm facing a lot of time? She said, I don't care. I want you to be the father. I believe you my soulmate. I believe you everything. You're my first everything. You see how she talked?
Who came up with the name issue?
She came up with that before I even seen her.
Liar.
Before I even seen her, she already knew.
All right, hold on. Why would you give your child any part of another man's name who was unassociated with him, man? Go ahead. So let him finish and stop all that. He's lying. He's lying. Go ahead.
Okay, so she told me previously, before she even had a baby, she wanted to name her baby by
This child
yes, before.
that she had
She already
acknowledged
had this
wasn't
in her
yours.
mind. She already had this in her mind.
So what did you say?
I told her don't do it.
Okay.
I told her don't
All
do
right.
it based on the fact I'm not the kid's father.
All right. So now we're on to the third pregnancy, right? That's what we're here for today?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let her tell me about this third pregnancy that we're discussing.
The third child. I got pregnant in July, and I found out I was of 2015.
Okay.
I contacted Antonio, and I let him know that I was pregnant.
When did you all resume dating?
Technically, we didn't resume dating. When he got out of jail,
never dated.
All right, not dating, having sex.
When he got out of jail,
When did you resume having sex?
in June of 2015, when he got out of jail.
June.
Yeah.
All right.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
When do you say?
Because I was out in April.
When do you say?
It was May 15th.
All right, so May or June?
Oh, he knows the date.
May.
Okay.
Number one is this is not the first time Jasmine has tried to have my baby. In 2013, she showed up to me 7 months pregnant. She said, hey, I'm pregnant. You may be the father.
Defendant Antonio Mosby is accused of fathering the plaintiff's child, but he denies it because it's the third time she's tried to pin a pregnancy on him. So the plaintiff petitioned the court for a paternity test.
Now go ahead.
So I contacted Antonio, and I let him know, Antonio, I'm pregnant. He immediately said, it's not mine. We were never together. And I said, okay, that's fine. We'll find out in April when the baby comes. Well, what ended up happening was he contacted me again, and he was calling me all kinds of names, ratchets, thoughts. Everybody in San Bernardino has been with me.
This is during the pregnancy
This
period?
is during my pregnancy. This is where my harassment comes in because he was harassing me, inboxing me, telling me that my family doesn't love me, my mom doesn't love me, my dad
proof of
doesn't
that,
love
Your
me.
Honor?
I have it, if you want it.
Okay, arguments that couples have.
Yeah.
So he's telling me,
Arguments that a man has, particularly if he doesn't think it's his child and he's being framed. People who have, what do you call it? No.
It was just benefits.
Yeah.
She said
Friends
benefits.
with benefits.
Right.
Yeah, you can't get mad with a friend with benefits if he tells you you ain't no good and this and that and the other, because he might believe that. He might believe she ain't no good. She let me have sex with no commitment. You put yourself in that position. Now, he harassed you how? Show me some of this harassment
Okay.
you want me to see. And while she's getting that together, you tell me your side of this pregnancy.
This third baby, we had sex twice. In 2015, we had sex twice.
in one day.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, it doesn't count if you're having sex the same day. That's
Exactly.
called rounds.
It was
Look,
continuous.
we have a lot more serious issues. So let's move
we
ahead.
had sex twice. It was around May and June. In July, I was with my fiance. So I was in a whole another part of California with my fiance, and she came to me in August, like she said, 2 months later, saying, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm like, man, you put me through this too many times before. I'm not finna believe you this time, Jasmine. I can't do it. You didn't let my family to believe that the last son was mine. I have witness statements.
State.
I see them.
You had my family to believe that the last son was mine. You took advantage of my sisters. You had my sister watch your kids 4 months.
She needed money.
4 months state.
She asked the baby.
You never
Let
paid
her
her though.
finish. Go ahead,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying?
County
so,
did.
like I'm saying,
San Bernardino County did.
You used
What?
her. You used her, and you told them that was my child. You knew that wasn't my child. I told my family that wasn't my child, but they continue to what? Use you and talk to you because they thought they
like you
favored
said.
you. They favored you.
They help you. He
They
meant
helped you. They helped
He meant
you.
help you,
and
ma'am. I know what he
because they
meant.
favored
Go
you.
ahead.
How did they use you when you couldn't afford diapers?
You're
you
lying.
couldn't afford
Tracy
nothing.
asked me many times to pick up her son from school.
Okay, like I'm saying, Your Honor, it's my turn to talk. Excuse me. So basically, she continued to use my mother. She continued to use
Got
my
that
sister.
part. Let's get to the
mom
last
asked
job.
My
everywhere.
cellmate. What happened?
I'm sorry.
What?
This is how we fell out of touch, Your Honor. This is how we fell out of touch. She slept with my cellmate.
When he came out?
When he got out, he got out
Before you.
before me. He got out before me, so she slept with him. She told me.
And then slept with you after you came out?
She told exactly.
Is that true?
I knew the cellmate.
Is that true or
I
not?
knew him before Antonio.
I didn't ask you that.
Yes, I did.
It is true.
Yes, you
All
did.
right. Now,
I
let
did.
me also ask you, ma'am, did you sleep with anyone else during the time period that you may have become impregnated by him?
No.
Did you sleep with anyone else?
No,
you
sir.
You did not?
No.
All right. So she said she never
She
slept
was
with
sleeping
anyone
with
else.
this guy on a regular
She
day
said
basis.
she
Were you
didn't.
there?
So what is your claim for harassment and emotional distress?
Your Honor, first off, I have a 56-year-old mother with a heart condition. This woman then tried to bang down her door.
That is not
She didn't
true.
try to run my sister over with
Sir,
a car, if you read the
lying.
statement. She didn't try to run my sister over with the car. She's completely harassed me and my fiance. I've never contacted her first, initially, off Facebook or anything. She's actually blocked on both pages.
And so, are you suggesting that this allegation that you are the father is causing you emotional distress?
Yes,
As
Your
it
Honor.
would.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
ma'am, I must tell you, if he is not the father, I am going to grant him a judgment for emotional distress because that is the most extreme stress you could cause to a man.
Okay.
Accusing him. So we're going to
Okay,
get.
excuse me, what about the
So
stuff-
we're going to get the
Excuse me.
results.
I had gotten pregnant 2013. He went to jail. While he was in jail, he had asked me what was going on with my son's father. Was he in the picture, etc. I told him that my son's father was not going to be in the picture, that he was doing his own thing, and he said, well, that's my boy, give him my name. He told me to give him the
that's
name
not the
Antonio
truth.
Mosby.
Defendant Antonio Mosby is accused of fathering the plaintiff's child, but he denies it because it's the third time she's tried to pin a pregnancy on him. So the plaintiff petitioned the court for a paternity test.
We've talked and I've gotten all the facts I need.
You
Now,
don't,
the
though,
only
sir.
other
There's lots
question, yes,
more.
I do. The
For my
fact
emotional
is,
distress
you
and my
told me, yes,
harassment,
ma'am.
there's
Your
more.
facts were okay. Let's read this. You doing all this big talking? Antonio Mosby is not the father. Give it to him. Judgment for the defendant. Have a good day.
I told you, Jasmine.
I
told you.
Great. I don't have to deal with you ever again.
You were
in
just
life.
San Bernardino
Ever,
ratchet,
ever,
my
ever,
dude.
Ever,
You
ever,
San Bernardino
Get on.
ratchet.
Trey Rock Mafia, nothing. Oh, I'm glad he's not my daughter's father. I hope that he doesn't contact me. We don't have any reason to talk after this, and it is what it is.
I will
He's gangbanging.
never, ever contact
Thank
this
you.
woman again. Everybody stay clear, man. She probably got something by now.
Lies.
That's all I can say.
I'm just happy this won't be in my future. I'm happy I don't have to deal with her ever again. The harassment should stop from this point, and we can move on
Preach.
with our lives.